All right, I am standing next to what has got to be the coolest Model T Ford at this whole show, if not
Amber,
in the whole world. Wow. Right here, we've got Don, the owner of the car, and the builder, Wilbur James from Car Dude Shop in Canada. How you guys doing?
Doing great.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about the car?
The car is a Mercury body. Actually, that was conceived in 1920 and built by the Mercury Body Corporation from 1921 to 1927. This particular body, as you can see, is polished aluminum. And thanks to the work of Wilbur James, I got this car when somebody owed me some money, or I got the body when somebody owed me some money, pay off a debt. And it took me about 10 years of ownership before I finally said, I think I know what I'm going to do. I have an original one of these, all Model T powered, but then I said, I think I'm going to go back to my roots and build a hot rod. And so that's when I called in the only man that could do this would be Wilbur James, my brother here.
All right, Wilbur, why don't you tell us what you brought to the process?
Well, we kind of did a mind melt. We did one of these things where everything came together idea-wise and kept to the format of what he wanted. And basically, this was the end result, but there was a lot in between. The tiny things took longer than the bigger things, always. You know, getting the body prepped the way we wanted it, and getting all the parts and pieces put together. You know, there was a lot of mock-up, a lot of tear down. People come in my shop all the time and say, I thought you had that all together. Now you got it all torn apart. I said, well, that's the way it's got to go. So,
the far-out thing about this is only Wilbur James would be the man that could do this. I conceived the idea before I contacted him, and literally how the car has turned out not only is better, but at the same time, it looks like what I conceived.
Both of us saw the same thing.
We saw the same thing. It's amazing,
That's
Amber.
great.
It really is.
That's great. Do you guys think you'll do another build together?
Oh, you never know. You never know.
All right, so Wilbur James is going to walk us through some of the unique features on this car.
One of the neatest things is this car has what they call a suicide clip to it, which is Don and I put together. Very, very old technique of doing it. But you ever heard of the jaw dropper, right? This skull actually has a jaw dropper on it. The jaw goes up and down on it. So it's got the jaw dropper. And these are aftermarket headlights that were produced back in the 20s that we brought back and used them on this car. They were traditionally used on a lot of speedsters. The wheels on this car were custom built by Colorado Custom to match the car, the rolls of them, and everything ties together with the car. It's got a Mercury motometer, very, very rare piece. There's a lot of rare pieces on this car, the Buddha. Yeah. Yeah, it's a 355 Chevy. It's about 650 horse. Car weighs 1,640 pounds. So it'll dance. It'll dance really good. So
do you guys ever drive it?
It's been driven once, yeah. But we've decided to, for the shows to keep it clean. The problem is you start driving and they start aging. So we decided to keep it pretty clean. So, yeah.
Good plan.
Lots of fun with it, though. Every place we take it, so.
Good. Well, thank you so much, Wilbur James, for taking the time.
Thank you.
For Hub Garage, I'm Amber Getz.